Welcome. My name is Darth Ianius. Welcome to my shed. Welcome to the new order. Shouldn't do that. Getting my head wet. Not getting my hair wet, just getting my head wet. So, Happy New Year to everyone. Health, wealth, and prosperity. Because without your health, the others don't really matter much, do they? That's the third sack. I know there's only two there. There's another one in the car, twice the size of that. Oh, let's go in here. It's beautiful British weather. Yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess. You'll have to forgive me. The place is a mess. So we've come in here. I've actually made some floor space. Only by putting it all on top of the bench. That's... Wow, look at that. Look at that. Get back to that in a second. So, and again, big thanks to Stephen for the wire stripper. And we've hit a snag and we'll discuss that. To Dan for the wire guard, I have been using it. Right, so worse. See, organisation, place for everything. So we've spent quite a few hours with a brew or two over the festive period. Stood here, stripping wire. Nice neat setup, really. So we were doing it with my knife. This block about 1.5 inches high allows me to put my knuckle there, that pressed down there, pull the wire through. Wire. Well, that lot was here in a big pile, and lots of cable as well. And with the help of that machine, I managed to strip it all down into singles. Taking it off, I've uncovered myself some treasures which I didn't know were there, I'd forgotten was there. That don't look good. That don't look good. That looks good. That don't look good. Oh, I've got an oil can that's... I have an oil can that's kept over. So we've leaked. Yeah, at least it means it won't go rusty. So, yeah, I've just been taking some of this and, like I say, I've still been doing a lot hand stripping, but it just it's just, well, I've been doing it a long time hand stripping, so I'm pretty good at it, depending on the wire. But why am I not using my wire stripper? Right, let's go into that. Right, so what's this video about? Let's just say happy 2023. I ain't gonna give any New Year's resolutions. I'll break them all. I ain't gonna say I'm gonna get my lathe up and running. I'm gonna get my mill up and running, because the scrap gods just won't let me. Just gonna eat me elephant one biteful at a time. So, well, I have a good friend. You all know him, Guido Wandelt. His channel's all handmade. Guido is a welder. That's important, right? Because I work in a welding fabrication factory. Not myself. I don't work on the shop floor. And there's a long-standing saying: if you want a job made easy, give it to a welder. The inference being, Not that a welder is lazy, but a welder will find the most efficient, easiest way of doing a job. Now Guido, all handmade, he works on site and he started to acquire. I think I've been rubbing off on him. Well, that doesn't sound very well. No, that doesn't sound good. I think the scrapping channels is rubbing off on him. Because he's on site, building sites, and he finds wire. And obviously he knows what I do, so he started to collect it. And he's got himself a motorised version of the wire stripper. And in discussion, we were having a chat the other night, he said, Ian, and we're going to bring Cruiser Mac in here as well, because Cruiser Mac put in a comment, you know, about grouping wires of the same diameter and doing them in batches. So Guido says he found it easier if he cut the wire to 2 foot lengths. I think the short clip I put up the other day, I must have done a 20-30 foot length of cable, which was great. Did it all in one pass. When you're stripping it, it becomes unmanageable, unwieldable. So I spent some time cutting it into shortest lengths. I went for an arm length, so if I'm hand stripping, it's how far I can pull it back with one hand, give it all a good clean strip. There are older videos where you'll see cables piled yay high. Okay, so I've cut all that up, and it started off by, oh my god, I had a bit there, and I stuck one of them in. We're down there. I started looping these pieces. About 2 foot length. I started off, cut one, throw it over. As I got to it, and as you can see, there was a lot of it, and I have stripped quite a bit of it already. I separate me nickel coated. It's just because I've got OCD. However, the more I threw up there, I had to go higher with me stand. I ended up putting a big long screwdriver in. That must be 2 foot long, that screwdriver, to stop it all falling over. But then eventually it became very, very unstable. I've got it propped up with a stick there. I've got it propped up with a stick there. But it's unstable, so I'm going to have to do something about that. So why am I hand stripping and not using this machine? Well, I found out that, hey, you get down on your knees, boy. Right. Sometimes, as you feed that through, it starts off and then it kicks over to one side like that. Now, there can't be many reasons for that, can there? So let's try and keep this steady. Oh, you know, it's complicated now when vernier comes out. So I've been giving it some thought and thinking, the distance between that plate, the back of that plate, and the bottom of that blade is 30mm. I tried to do it in imperial, but it worked out to be 1 1/8 and 3 little things. Thinking that just allows that to waggle all over the place, to go in the right hole, Ian. No, not the big hole. That one. So if I can take that guide as close to the blade as possible, then it won't have chance to veer off. So my first idea is to make a plate with only one hole in, middle hole, made out of steel or wood, plastic or whatever material. Get a piece of tube, and that ain't such a bad size, is it? Extend that guide by, I don't know, 25 mil. So take that, put 25 mil on, so the wire will come out just on the front of that blade. I might have to, if that's the tube, I might have to miter it so the bottom's not catching on the teeth. The other thought is, looking at that, he's got two big bearings, it's two big washers either side. Make them washers bigger. Or put, because you've seen it serrated, it's got serrated teeth, maybe make two wooden washers, hardwood, and then as I'm turning it, those serrated teeth will chamfer. So there we got the exaggerated. So there we have that washer. There's the blade. Another washer. Put two big wooden washers over it. This is going to be the same diameter as the blade. Why not? And as I turn it round, there's the blade, it will chamfer that washer. Won't it? Meaning the cable can't, because that'll be such an interference for zero tolerance gap. Your wire can't do anything but go under the centre of the blade. That sounds a lot of work, but centre of the blade. Let me revisit that. So we've got these serrated blades, and the point of that blade needs to be directly vertical over that middle bit, because it's got a grub screw there and a grub screw there. It is possible to be greatly exaggerated off kilter, which means you'll be applying, albeit a small force, a greater force to one side and a lesser force to the other, which will just force it up to one side or the other. The next thing is, and I did explain it in the longer video, this bearing is movable up that shaft. Now, it was nowhere near over the centre when I did it. I've tapped it to where I thought I had it, and it's worked well. However, if I wind this down, okay, there'll come a point where I'm going to touch and you'll know I've and I'll know when I've touched it, because the grab mechanism will start turning the bearing like that. I can feel that. Let's go up just a touch more. Nope. Oh. Yes. Now then, you see there? So it's touching on that side, but it clearly isn't touching on that side. So, I'm sorry about the not being on a tripod. So is it kicked over that way, or is the bearing needs coming over this way? I hadn't noticed before, but there's grub screws. So does that mean I can alter them, alter that, and shove that over? Rather than trying to adjust that, I can shove them over a touch. Oh yes, I think that's a plan. Right, well that's a plan. I'll tune that to that. I'll make sure that that's horizontal, and I'll tune that to that. Beforehand, I tried to tune that to that. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Now, I have another thought. Well, it's obviously not in line, is it? So I think I'm barking up the wrong tree with that. So I'm going to spend some time and really centre that blade. Make sure it's equidistant. Well, same thing, isn't it? Equidistant either side, centred. Right. So, going back to my friend Guido, who said, make them into shorter lengths, which I have. The next bit is Cruiser Mac, who said, group all the diameters, which that's what I'm going to do now. I'm certainly not going to show you me doing that, but they have got to go somewhere. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to clear that lot off. I need to finish this Darth Vader, to be honest. It's been 18 months. Lower that, I'm going to put a steel plate across there, and then I can have different sizes of wire. Right. I'll see you in a few hours later. Yeah, well, there you go. As they say, there isn't nothing more permanent than temporary. So we've extended the bench out. Just some sheet steel found lying around. I only work here, so I can now separate all those singles into different sizes and have piles of them. Thank you for that work, Guido. And well, I'll show you that when it's done. This turned out, it was starting, but this turned out to be a big tidy up job. Tidy up. There is order there. I've sorted out all my screwdrivers and everything, all my chisels, everything's in order. So now I've just started to clean the bench. Oh, well, Ian had better pull his finger out because the sun's going down. Quite blue over there, plenty of vapour trails. And in here, well, just look at that bench. Right. There we go. All set. Yes. Just got to do something with that. What happens if I move this? It all falls down. Hey. Forgive me. So we're listening to a little bit of Hawaii music. I listen to anything. And it's quite good. Although I can't play it. Made some. It's not Guinness. It's Fest beer. Oktoberfest beer. Nice. So, where are we up to? Started to go dark now, by the way. So, get that. It's almost going to be a pleasure to come in here and strip. Well, it's definitely gone. It's definitely dark because the lights have come out. Turn that off. See? They're not the stars. But it's going dark, so let's put the light back on. Yes, come on. Right, we're on the clock. So we've separated the cable-ish. So, you know, needs trimming down, trim down, thickish size, similar size, bit thinner size and even thinner size. I've got me Allen keys out because I'm going to go back to the beginning of the video. I'm going to adjust these, move them over slightly so that is perpendicular, equidistance either side, vertical in middle. I should stop me piece of cable flitting up either side. If it doesn't, I'll go back to the sticking a bit of a tube on the inside of a plate and forcing it to go down the middle. Got my knife ready. I found, because I was tidying up, I put all my other knives in a tub. I've got my stones out. Nothing wrong with getting your stones out. You got to keep your blade sharp. I found it easier with a red stone or a white stone in the drill and just like give it a quick whiz. Keeps them nice and sharp. Look at that. Look at the tin. Did you catch the tinge of copper there then? Right. I come across a few things on this side. I got this clocking on clock. You know, in, out, shake it all about. We'll take that to bits sometime. I come across my original, you know, drill hole in a piece of wood, stick a screw in it, pull your cable through. That does work. Scrapping Irish, this is for you. I'm calling you out. Get your shit together, because I have hundreds and hundreds of these. And like Pooh's mate said, you was doing a video to show how to get them gold pins out. So that's just another bag. Oh, I found some more fuses. And Chris, the ultimate recycler. Why am I going to bring him in? Because hidden behind here, I found these. And he did a video a while back where he found these in an old toolbox and said nobody uses these days. Well, I do. Because they're just the right size for taking the gauge off fire extinguishers. And you can just little tap that and opens them up. Stick your little finger in. No, you can adjust it. Grab all, twist round and out. Easy peasy. And you've got a screwdriver blade on that end. If you need to do a little bit of levering. We're not tackling that mountain tonight, but we're now going to have a play with this. Well, hours later, we're listening to a little bit of CCR. Something about Who Let the Rain In. I might do a whole video on this of how to fine tune a wire stripping machine, but my wife's just come out, brought me a sandwich, and it's got an eyeball in it. Let's down here. Get this bit of, light diffusion going on at the back. I've loosened these. I can bring them in and out. And you can spot the problem here. Right, okay. So that's hit the nut at the top. That hasn't. Which means that bearing is going to come over. Oh, good God, a bug's dick. Just to that side. Can we zoom in? Does it really matter? Because if I raise that up a little, just, you'll never know. I'd know. I would know. So, I've got to pan out, loosen them, take that out, loosen that, 2 threads that way, bang that way, tighten that up. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your granny. I would say I was going to say something about having my stones out on the bench and start stripping, but no, I won't. My last day off work tomorrow. I'm quite pleased with myself with what I've done. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Might have dragged on a little bit, but I'm going to now go on and fine tune that stripping machine. See if I can get it going straight through the middle. So you lot take care, and I'll see you all around. Happy New Year 2023. Oh God, that means, well, 1, I'm 64 next week. 2, that robot challenge is creeping up. 14th of February, Valentine's Day. You think, whoa, that's all right. That month's off. Yeah, it's only just over a month off. That means it's only 6 weekends. One of those weekends is gone because it's my birthday and I'm celebrating. Oh, and I came out with a challenge. What about that? So, go on. See you all in the next one. Ian in his shed. See you lot soon. Wow. Okay, well, I was going to save this for another video, but I'm not doing. I'm almost there. Probably, 98%. I've got it fine-tuned in, got it how I want it. It just occasionally doesn't cut right. So I've now taken this off because I've only got choice of those 3 holes. It's and the wire I'm using is too thick for that one. But well slacking that. And that's giving it just that wiggle room, because I still think it's too far away from here to there. So I've taken it off. And you know what? If I can put that right close like that, without sticking my finger in it, I can guide it. I can run my finger on the edge of that, I don't know, gripper drive. I can guide it. And if I think it's kicking over to one side, I can move to the left or I can move to the right. And even on this quite long length, something about maybe 4 foot long, yeah, right, I'll let it go at the end. We have got a lovely strip. So I'm going to go back to what I said at the very beginning. Which is, I think the guide is too far away from the blade. So I'm going to find some sort of bushing type of thing. I don't know. That came off a tap. So something. That's no good. God knows what that is. But something like that, but bigger. So I can put it through that hole there, bolt it on that side, and have the guide coming a little bit closer to the to the blade. Otherwise, like I said, I'm 98% there, and that is on this hard stuff. I've had difficulty with this. It doesn't strip so well with a knife. It's a little bit too hard, but sticking it in there and it's doable. It's definitely doable. See, look at that. I've got a good split. So I think the answer's to the answer's, I'm happy with that. Fine-tuned it. Could do a video on fine-tuning. Whoa, there's so many variables. You've got that and that. You've got up and down. And you've got in and out. And they all mean a little something. So I'm happy. Got it set. It's right. It's just that it's just too far away from the blade. I'll sort that. Anyway, that was just a little extra. See you lot in the next one. Good night now.